Good morning, guys. It's Nick with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. We have got a beautiful day out here today. It's mid-80s. Supposed to cool off a lot this week. We actually got some lows in the 50s projected for this week, so it's going to be a wonderful week on the farm. Hopefully we can get lots done. And we've been trying to keep a secret, and I'm not going to lie. There's some things that I may not come out and tell, but I'm not going to blatantly lie. And I had some people ask me questions about it directly. And I feel like I got to let the cat out of the bag. Now, before I get to what our secret is, I told you to be expecting a video where I was getting traps ready. And I'm starting that process today. We've got to protect our farm from predators. And everything over here on this side, at our main farm, there's 4 Great Pyrenees over here. So they are pretty well locking this down. We don't have any issues over here. But over at the barn, where our lease property is, we've had a lot of problems with predators and losing chickens and things like that. So we're just going to have to set out traps and get that taken care of. It's just part of farm life. It's what it's got to be done. So I'm going to get started on that this morning. I've got some traps that's been sitting out. I left them outside intentionally to make sure we got all the human sin off of them. I'm going to put them in acid, get the rust off, get them cleaned up, and then we'll dip them in the wax dyeing and all that good stuff. But it's just a start today, and we'll move on toward releasing a little bit of a secret. Right now I'm just adding water in here. I've even got a couple of beaver traps that we're gonna treat to, get them cleaned up, dyed, waxed, all that good stuff. See, we're just adding water for right now. This is muriatic acid. That's a gallon of it, and that will last a lot. I did not have rubber gloves out here, so I've just got work gloves. We're going to be very careful. I got my glasses on. We're just going to add a little bit into that water. And you'll start to see that rust break down. Now, I typically do this in a 5-gallon bucket for our small dog-proof traps, but since I had the beaver traps, I had to go to a little bit bigger plastic container. Don't do this in metal. It needs to be done in plastic. And I may have to add more acid since I got a lot more water. So you can see that bubbling up. That's eating that rust off. That acid's working. So taking all that oxidation off there, should be ready to go tomorrow. Tomorrow we should be able to dip those in the dye and seal them with the wax and all that good stuff. Make sure we don't have any human sin on them. So I didn't really hide it. I just didn't talk about it. And you've been able to see it in some of the videos, but I had people ask, hey, what happened to Honey and Hank's doghouse? Why didn't you finish that project yet? And somebody, a couple of videos ago, pointed it out that they saw it sitting beside the goat fence, and we still had not done anything with it. And I can play that off kind of that we're trying to get the coop ready, and it's just, you can only do so much, you know, with so little time. But let me show you why it's not moved, why it's not complete yet. So here it is, sitting beside the goat pen. Look right over in here. Y'all see her? She's not relying on camouflage. She's just hiding. So the last time we got the peahen eggs, pea chick eggs, the last time we got the eggs from Miss Brooke, someone pointed out that, hey, she doesn't have as much cover. I know. When we let the goats out to graze, they hit that area. Don't know why they came all the way down to this end. They almost never do that. They stay on the opposite end by the gate where we let them out. But they worked their way up the fence and ate away at some of the cover that she was in while she was getting food and water. And you know, we have the eggs that we took over in the incubator, and they're getting close. Should be getting really close if they're viable. We need to go candle them. But we knew she wasn't done laying, and we haven't pressed it just because she was out and about. We didn't know where she was, but we were seeing her plenty. But she would disappear. So a couple of days after we had collected those eggs, I was going back to working on the doghouse. I had the camera set up, ready to get back on it. We had our saw out. We had our boards ready for the roof. Everything was ready. I've got the feeder where we can cut a door. All that good stuff. And I came up getting ready to move it. And when I moved the cattle panel, I looked over in it, and there she was. We have not tried to take these eggs. We haven't messed with her. She is extremely protected inside that thing because she just went over in the top. So no dogs or anything can get to her eggs. So we've just left her alone. I don't have a clue how many she's got under her. Every time we come up here, she's right there in that spot. So we don't know how many she has. And we may try to watch for that today or in the next couple of days to see if she gets up and goes to food and water. If she does, we may take a peek in there, but we're not going to mess with it. We've got the eggs in the incubator that we're going to take, and we're leaving these alone. Okay, so she moved just a little bit, and we can see two that are uncovered. There's probably more under her, but she just shifted just a little bit. She doesn't really mind too much us being close by. She might peck you if you try to get those eggs, but we know she's got at least two under her. So, doghouse is on hold. Not to mention the fact that Honey and Hank kind of tend to stay under the camper anyway. But the idea is when we build the other goat pasture is to have this house in there. It keeps the goats from getting to their food. And we want Honey and Hank to live with the goats. Now, speaking of Honey, I haven't had this question, but I'm going to go ahead and answer it. It's almost time for Honey to pay a vet visit, so she don't have babies. So that's coming up pretty soon too. But there's our update. There's our secret we've been holding on to. Not a lie, I didn't tell y'all any reason why I hadn't worked on the doghouse. We just kind of didn't talk about it. But it's getting closer, and I wanted to go ahead and let that out there. Because if she hatches these babies, which that's been a few weeks since we took her eggs and put them in the incubator, they should be getting close. And if she's on these, I didn't want just baby pea chicks to hatch and we're like, oh yeah, we forgot to tell y'all she's been in the doghouse. Made the trip to go pick up the kids from school, so now we're over at the barn. And I guess since we let the cat out of the bag about Brooke's eggs, we need to check on these in here, see kind of where they are. Maybe need to candle them. We haven't done that. We put them in the incubator and hadn't even candled them, so let's see what those look like. Let's check them.
Oh look, there's one Pippin.
Oh. Oh goodness. We picked a good day to come in here and video.
Look, it's a
It's moving.
peacock.
Okay, leave it. Rhett, would you please stop yelling?
Okay, well we need to
Take the tray,
I need to take all the rollers out. The other eggs we don't know anything about. We found them.
Those are guinea eggs.
Yeah.
Just 3 peacock eggs.
Yay!
And one is already working its way out. So I guess it was time. That means those she's sitting on is probably getting really close too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just a quick update to finish out the video. Let's check on our pea chick that was pipping right when we left off. Let's see if it's made it out of the shell and check the others. If we don't see any signs out of them, I'm going to go ahead and candle them today. So, let's do a quick update. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Now, if we've got bad results, I may not show it. So, we'll see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've got 3 hatched. Oh goodness. Look at that. Okay. So this thing is going to start beeping. Oh my goodness. Hi. Hi. We have got 1 pea chick that has hatched, and we have 2 guineas that have hatched. How about that? Okay. There's 2 guinea eggs that have hatched out. And then we have 1 pea chick here. Hi. Uh-oh. Hi there. Hi there. Goodness. I'm not seeing any other signs from our pea chick eggs yet. Well, we got 2 little guineas popped out. Goodness. Oh, guess we better set up a brooder. Might wait till Zoe and the kids get here for that. But I need to candle those other 2 pea chick eggs. Is that a crack from pipping? Oh, yes. Yeah. I think we've got some pipping started right there, so I'm going to leave that alone. Well, I was checking on them, and the humidity and temperature dropped, so I knew that thing was going to start beeping. So, we need to get a brooder set up. The guineas look like they, well, I don't know, the guineas and the pea chick all look like they may have hatched around the same time. They're all dry, but they're not real fluffy. So you can leave them in the incubator for a couple of days, but there's no need to if we can set up a light and brooder and all that good stuff for them and go ahead and move them out of that incubator. So I guess I'll start doing that. You know what? I was working on this brooder, and I got to thinking about something. I need to double check what's in here. It just kind of occurred to me that I may have misspoken. Guys, I was looking at those little bitty eggs. I know it. I was looking at those little bitty eggs. Those ain't guineas. Those are chickens. That's a chicken. Why don't you say something? I'm not a guinea, stupid. I'm a chicken. You're not a guinea. You're a chicken. Okay. Let's go back in there till y'all fluff up just a little bit. I'd rather keep you in that better temperature. It's a much better temperature in there. We gotta wait for a brooder to heat up. Alright. Here we go, raising babies again. Always raising some kind of babies. Baby goat. Not baby cow for a little while. No. We're not having another one of them. Bruno's the only child. And he's got only child syndrome too. He acts like an only child. Red's not the only child, but he kind of acts like one. He thinks he's the only one. Y'all, I am not a professional cameraman, so you ain't got much of a view right now. Well, give me just a second, I'll fix that. That's enough for us to start off brooder. Oh yeah, well, that's plenty thick enough. Alright, let me get a feeder and waterer in here and get their light on it. Alright, I got them a little temporary brooder set up here. I didn't have a waterer. I have this little tiny feeder. I took the base off it and just put them a dish of water in there. That's be okay until I get over to the barn at the main farm and get one of those small waterers out of there. I do have a feeder in there. So, let's get you in here. Dip beak. There's what drinking. Y'all want to see that? See if you can see him drinking. Oh, did you drink? I don't think it. Camera picked it up. There's feed, but you know where your water is. Come on. I want you to drink. You gotta drink it. There you go. There you go. Alright. Pinch it. Come on, little peach it. Come on, little peach it. There's Miss Brooks, baby. Miss Brooks, baby. Come on, let's get you some water. Oh, you fell over. I gotta see you drink it. I gotta see you drink it. Now you got shavings all over you because you fell over. You get it? There we go. Now, y'all know that we put probiotics and electrolytes in their first water. A little shot of honey, and you know, as much as I talk about it, apple cider vinegar doesn't solve everything on the farm, regardless of what you read on Facebook. But we do put it in the chicks' water. A little shot of honey, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, probiotic, and electrolyte. We really want to get their immune system in good shape. So, let's run over to the farm, get a water, get them set up. Zoe's should be on her way to pick up Rhett and Chance at school. And we'll start another day. I'm glad I got to do a little update for you. I'm really glad the Peacock made it out of the egg and was in good shape. We didn't know. It was just starting to get out yesterday when we left, so I really didn't know how that was going to turn out. But The pea chick made it out, got itself out of the shells, in good shape. Looks like we got another one pipping. We'll keep an eye on that. And we got a surprise of 2 chickens. Even though, looking at the little bitty eggs, I immediately just assumed guineas, and I'm like, oh, we're going to have 2 white guineas. And went on with it. And then it struck me when I'm getting stuff ready for this brooder. Wait a minute. I don't think those were guineas. Guys, we're not experts. And I'm certainly no expert on birds, but I did have enough sense for that to occur to me that wasn't guineas. So, we'll keep you updated on what we got hatching. We're going to keep a check on the eggs that Miss Brooke is on. I really am trying to talk Zoe into leaving those alone, and as long as we don't see any risk to those, we're probably going to leave them. I just really hope that we don't lose those chicks if she does hatch them. But it is what it is. We're going to let nature take its course on that. Now, if we see them, we'll catch them and put them in a brooder. But I would really like to let her hatch those and not lose them. I really would. Guys, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time at Chestnut Hills Farmstead.